Welcome back to the channel. Shameful. We out here. Well, technically, we in the house, baby. Welcome back to F It, Let's Talk. I don't even know if I said that in the last one. If I didn't, I'll say it again. F It, Let's Talk. F It, Let's Talk. F It, Let's Talk. That's just to cover my bases, baby. Today, this week, again, the update. Last week, what were we talking about? Dresses. Hey, sewing. We were doing sewing. That's what we were doing. We were doing sewing. So yeah, I don't know if there's necessarily a big update on that. I lied. Ha! No, just kidding. Don't have another corset. I did make a few more. Still not necessarily anything that I'm happy with. So ergo, I haven't moved on to using actual fabric I care about. So far, I've still been making a bunch of a little bit past mock-ups. I started with a mock-up. I know last week I was talking at the end of stream a bit about doing a mock-up. I did do a mock-up. I would still say that I need to work on it. It just needs a bit more adjusting here and there. And there's certain parts of it that aren't sitting exactly the way I would like it to. Now I'm doing a bit more research and development to see if it's just because my fabric, again, not using the right fabric. I know I'm not using the right fabric because I'm not trying to use my good fabric. So I'm wondering if some of the problems I'm actually having is just because I'm using t-shirt material and sheet material instead of what I probably could or should be using for something that that kind of needs this much structure. I probably could also be using an interfacing, whether it's fusible or not. I probably could be using interfacing, so I might actually go and grab some interfacing in the next day or two and just test that out as well and see if that helps with some of the stability and some of the, because basically what I'm trying to do is basically make this time I'm trying to make more of an actual corset where, like I said before with the crop top tube top, it wasn't really supposed to be a corset. This time I'm actually trying to make much more of something that holds the bust, something that shapes the waist, and something that kind of maybe hugs the hips a bit more. It may not even go that far. It may not need to go to the hips. It may just be hugging right at about the chest line or so. So it could be something that it's more about fitting breast cups, chest, shoulders, and making sure it's nice and fitted the way that I'm looking for. In doing so, I've also challenged myself to learn French darts. One of the patterns that I was working on last night had a French dart in it, and I've actually never used a French dart. I've seen one on the pattern before, but I avoided it because I was scared before, and now I'm like, no, I could probably figure that out. It didn't work exactly the way I wanted it to, so I'm still trying to figure it out a little bit more, and just get it to be a little bit cleaner. There's just a bit too much puckering. And again, I'm just trying to figure out if maybe the similar problem that I feel like I'm having with the actual corset might actually be just the problem that I'm having with the puckering, and that it's the wrong material essentially for the job, and that if I either have the right material and or I had put interfacing in it, then maybe I wouldn't have the structural problem in the puckering problems that I've been having, and I would be able to possibly put it on my mannequin and be able to have it snug and sit the way I want it to. This is again one of those ones that I don't really want it to have ties. If it's something where in order to get it the way I want it, it needs ties, it has to have them, I will do it, and I will figure out a way to kind of hide them a bit more so that the look that I'm going for stays the look that I'm going for, and it's not uh, like a corset. But again, we're just trying to figure out essentially like where and how the newest dress and some of the newest women's clothes that I'm trying to make are. Because obviously, uh, women buy most stuff, much more than men, maybe stereotypically, but it is a little more true than it is a stereotype that women shop more than men and are better at it, to be real. So I just want to make some more women's clothes. I definitely want to bring in more women to feel comfortable in the line and not think that this is just a men's streetwear brand. It's not even really necessarily a streetwear brand. It's a custom clothing line, custom clothing brand that will branch into whatever the hell it feels like, whether it feels like streetwear, whether it feels like high fashion, whether it feels like runway. It don't matter. I want to do it. I'm gonna do it. So yeah, I don't know. That's just kind of the rundown, like the update for what I've been doing in the past few days, like I said, and just a quick little aside, right? But yeah, let's get into the main topic of the day. Main topic of the day today, I think for today is probably going to be the site. I think I had said that last week. This week, updating the site. Have been updating the site. This is definitely background. This is heavy background. If you're still here listening to my shit, this is some background. Because today for the site, I took a bunch of pictures. Obviously, took product pictures. I did both, like floor. Oh my god, if I can speak, floor flat pictures that I may or may not cut the background out. So far, all of my pictures do have the floor in the background, wood grain floor at an angle, whether it be slightly slanted or pretty perpendicular. That's been my background. So far, I'm okay with it. I think in the future, I will change it into something a bit more professional, but also by that point, I may not even be doing these anymore unless they really go and really kick off kind of deal. And people care about what I'm saying, and maybe even I bring in a host or something that can bounce off of me. But for now, it is just I, and we are just talking about the process of life and whether or not we get stuck and whether or not people care. Ching ching, smile smile, right? So yeah, like I said, did product pictures, did on the floor, but I also did model view pictures, especially because I had to do the women's clothes, and I don't have a female model that can fit any of my clothes, or a female model at all for that matter. Hey, I use my mannequins. My mannequins obviously listened to me quite well, and they followed my directions and spun when I needed them to, and they stood still when I needed them to. It was absolutely fantastic being able to work with such wonderful models. Joking! God, it would be easier if I had a human. Short answer to that. Boy, doing it all by yourself is tough. So anyway, took all those pictures, did the body pictures. It was cool. Did a tad bit of editing to them. I didn't really have to do too much. I did have to do a bit of like color balancing and stuff. Some of them looked a little odd. Even still, I would say the burgundy one almost looks a bit more purple in some of the pictures. It's a little bit hard to get the exact color that like I see. I probably will just have to go back through the editing at some point and make them a little bit, again, not all of them, just some of them. I'll have to make a little bit more true to form. Other than that, um, other than that, let's see. What did we do? Oh, well, duh. We didn't just take the pictures, we posted them. You know what I mean? So we posted them. In doing so, I realized that I had never put categories for my clothes. So I put everything in a category. I organized everything. I put tags on everything, on site tags, everything. Obviously, outside of, IRL, everything's already basically bagged and tagged and ready for sale. So on site now, everything has a category, it's tagged, it should be easily searchable. Next, I would like to mess around with the actual menus themselves and the layout of the menu. And the like within the UI, I already set it up in some ways, but then I noticed when I went onto like the actual site itself and I went through the menus, I noticed that it actually did not have my menus where I wanted them to. So I was kind of like a bit concerned and a bit confused on where they are, considering when I go back to the like set them up menu, they said that they're there. So I'm like, okay, so if I did set up menus, I set up menus in a place that I don't know where they are, maybe, and I'm trying to figure out where they are so that I can put them in the right place. I am using Shopify. If anybody has any tip, like that would be pretty cool. Again, any collaboration would be cool. You know, put some info down in the DMs or in the description, in the comments below, and I'll get around to you if it sounds spicy. But yeah, I was able to do all this kind of things as far as like updating the menus, and hopefully when I go back into them, maybe it'll update and it'll load and it'll be just like one of those things that I just hadn't refreshed or something like that, and I won't actually have to do the extra update. In the meantime, I was able to, because of the tags, because of the categories, I was able to make it so that everything is significantly easily searchable. It's, I will say that in the actual main page, kind of annoying that both featured products and products goes to just the same page. So I do have to change even that too. One to be more of like the new releases, and then one to be the full products, and then the menu to be able to navigate through them. But yeah, I don't know why, again, as far as the menus are concerned, why I do a menu, I change a menu, and it doesn't seem to do anything or affect anything. Whereas, like, with tags and categories, I was able to very quickly, like, put everything in its place in that way, but I wasn't able to do it in the other way. So maybe it's just something that's a little more manual. And yeah, next time I hop on, I'll be able to see it. And I'll be able to figure it out. I already spent about an hour doing it on top of doing these videos and a few other things. So when I'm done with this video, that's probably what I'm going to do. I'm going to hop back in there and I'm going to try to get some of that stuff done. As well as I need to actually take some more pictures for the main page, because right now my main page pictures are pretty generic and pretty old. I probably put them up nearly a year ago. I would like to probably have a much more seasonal cycle of pictures that I can go through, so it's not just the spring birds and the pink, and then be able to switch either the color, like the colorway itself, the theme itself, or I'll have something where it'll be like a generic like look, and then the pictures within the generic look can change the feeling of the site. So again, site is already up. Site's been up for a little while. Go check it out. ShamefulLCA.com. Go check it out. ShamefulLCA.com. I would put a link in the description, but YouTube doesn't like me yet. So instead, I'm just going to write it on screen. And it should be right there. It should have been right there for a little minute now. Check it out. Check it out. And that's where you can see the dresses, you can see all the skirts, you can see the hats, the jackets, the accessories, the masks, and everything that I've been working on. And you can see all future products that I will be working on and other things that I will be describing and have been describing on this podcast, on this channel. As well as very soon, I would actually like to add an entire another category that isn't necessarily just clothes. I want people to be able to reach out to me if they need something digitized or they need something vectorized for any various reasons, or they would like me to design their logo. I'd like to be able to put that as an option for people to have me make them, their stuff. So again, if you want anything done, if you need anything done, just feel free to reach out in the comments, in the DMs. Make sure you're, again, checking out my Instagram and TikTok. Bare minimum, those are probably the ones that I am the most active on. And if you wanted to collab or shout out, or you needed my services in any way, needed custom clothing, or wanted to buy anything other than going to the store itself, those are probably the best way to hit me. And I am absolutely available all day, every day. That's all I'm doing is working. So your boy's out here. And yeah, that's probably like my biggest thing is like potentially prepping for the new category is what I'll call it for now, the new page on the site, and having that kind of work out, and also having it work the way that I want it to, and being able to put what is the word? And being able to put like the application for, or the request form for what you're looking for into that spot, so that it'll go straight to me and it'll be emailed to me, and you won't actually have to hit me through DMs. If you're on the site, you'll just be able to be like boop, 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 upload your image, upload your description on what, why, maybe not why, but like what and in what format, maybe what it's going to be used for, just for time's sake reason. If you're trying to get it done for a wedding, and the wedding's by, a month from now, maybe we're able to put that in as a comment, stuff like that. And then I'll be able to take all that info, do it as quickly as I can, send it back to you in any file format that you need. So I would like to be able to do that, get that ready, and have that as a whole separate section on the site, as well as I'm not trying to get my hopes up or get ahead of myself, but there actually could be another thing that we're working on, which actually, let's roll that into the next section. So for the future talks, trying to not get ahead of myself, like I said a second ago, or get my hopes too much up, but I think that there's something potentially coming in the future for us that should really change a lot for me. So that'll be really good. Definitely for the positive too. So I'm really like I said, I'm not trying to get my hopes up, but I am kind of looking forward to the potential change for what I have going on right now. We are in my office, and there's a lot going on in here. So it'd be cool to potentially, do something different, continuing the process, obviously, but like do something that might allow me to collaborate and branch out with some people, and just be able to talk to a few more heads while we get this ball rolling and the journey going and stuff like that. And as I get more info, I'll be able to kind of check back and touch base, and maybe tell people what the deal finally is, and maybe where you can actually officially collaborate or find me or whatever the case ends up being. Because like I said, right now it's a little bit in flux. I'm not 100% sure if it's going to work or if the people are going to pan out, things like that. So it's just a little iffy or sketchy to talk about too soon, and like, knock on dry. Oh, there you go. Knock on wood. Hey, because your boy is a little superstitious. I don't want to jinx it or nothing by speaking on it. But I don't know. It just feels like, and it sounds like I've got some good stuff coming, and I just gotta keep working. And I hope you guys continue, follow me on the journey. If you stuck around on this one, like I said, this one was definitely like one of those weird, like deep cut ones that like most people probably aren't gonna give a shit about, because it's just me rambling a little bit about fixing the site and what my future plans for the site I guess are and stuff like that. And what there's nothing really of like, oh man, that's like what he's working on, that's what we can like look forward to. He's gonna drop a new shirt soon or something like that. Like right now it is just site setup and a lot of admin work. But again, as always, I am here. If you have any questions, or you have any if you have any questions or comments about the process, and you would need clarification, or you're on your own quest and you would like to have somebody to talk to or collaborate with, drop it in the link. Drop a comment, drop a DM, something like that. Your boy's around. I'm here to talk. I'm here to hang. I'm here to work. I'm here to do all that. And until next time, like, comment, subscribe. Peace and love. Shameful. We out, baby. We gone.